Thank you so much, guys. Good morning. It's very early in the morning wherever I am on the road, as you can see on traffic. My name is Sana Mugeshe. Thank you so much, my royal people, my royal subscribers, my viewers, for always joining this channel. I am Anna Mugeshe, the counselor. I do counseling, and of late I've been a bit busy, so most of the videos that I'm doing on the car when I get time to do it. And today I want to have a very important topic. This is something that has affected me sometimes back, and I know it has been affecting people. And I even see people on the social media asking some questions about acne. And it is something that I struggled with when I think I was around 25 years, the midlife crisis, or yes, around 25. And it was just so bad, such that I could get the pimples and I just pop them out. You know that yellow thing or white thing that comes out? And it really affected me because what would remain there are scars, the black spots, and like you can see, my tone is a light, the tone of my skin is a light. So I would have some black patches and some light patches, and it was bad. It really affected even my self-esteem, and that is what I want to talk about today, about going down with acne, losing hope because of acne, losing yourself because of acne, and even having a low self-esteem because of acne, and losing confidence, especially in public. And I know I'm going to inspire and encourage someone. So sit back and enjoy. Grab a hot coffee or a hot tea if the place is cold, wherever you're watching us from or wherever you're watching me from, and let us try to encourage each other as I talk about going down with acne as my life experience. My name is Sana Mugeshe. Do not forget to subscribe. And by the way, guys, watch to the end because it's legit and it's going to help someone. Hit on the notification bell, subscribe, comment, and let me know what you really fought with in life. My name is Sana Mugeshe. Watch to the end, and also do not skip the ad. I will be back as you subscribe. Thank you. Here we go. And so welcome back, guys. I hope you have subscribed. If you haven't, please do. By the way, subscription is free, watching the ad is free, and you'll encourage me to do more videos and more videos. So it was in midlife crisis. Remember, as 25 is actually, guys, I hope you have watched the biological clock ticking. I've done that and intentionally did it because I reached a point when I felt like the biological clock is ticking. And that is the time when I was really struggling with acne. And that is the time really I wanted somebody. And that is the time when I was feeling really I wanted to settle. That video of not midlife crisis. The biological clock is when I was thinking at... yes, they still think that they call the biological clock ticking. And at 25, I didn't have somebody, you know what I mean? And I was thinking like I should looking for a way out. This is the time when many people, ladies and gentlemen, want to leave the country to go for other greener pastures in diaspora or other countries or abroad. And that is the time when I was feeling like... yes, I'm struggling with my self-esteem. I'm struggling with my confidence because of the pimples that I had. And I tried so many things. I would go to the salon. I used to have hair, not like this short one that I have. Remember, by now, it is the time I'm expecting at least I need to start dating because I was feeling I'm a bit late. Remember the pressure that I was talking about? I'm on the road. If it's not going to be very clear, Please understand, I need to have that consistency. I need to be consistent. My goodness. I need to be consistent in creating my content, because I realize there are people who look forward to my videos, and I'm struggling with somebody who is trying to overlap on the road, and so sometimes I'm just reach home late, I leave early, and I miss time to do this, and that is why I'm doing it here. And so back to my video. At 25 is the time you really try to discover yourself. That is between 20 and 25 as you grow, especially for ladies. This is the time you want to look very attractive. This is the time when you really have to pick a free newspaper. Yes, I did it. Sorry. That's a newspaper. Ooh. And I had to open the window. So this is Kenya Bana. Here we are given free newspapers on the street. Please, people, if you cannot afford to buy that newspaper, the main newspapers, just pick this. It doesn't matter whether you're walking or driving. Pick them. You'll get the news, especially if you're that person who doesn't like sitting at 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or preview news and all that. At least you read something, and you can see what is happening in your country. So yes, guys, it is at 25 when I'm expecting to settle. It is at 25 when I'm looking forward to meet someone. It is at this time when you really feel like you want to date. I know somebody will tell me, excuse me, I started dating when I was 20, 21, 22, and I got married at 23. Some of us have those biological clocks ticking. And at this age of 25 is when my confidence is very low. At this age of 25 is when the self-esteem is very down. At this 25 years old, this 25-year-old lady is really struggling with acne and a lot of it. And you know, those days, not that I'm very old, is the time when somebody would look at your face and see that rough face, and they're like, this woman must be sick, this man must be sick. So I was really struggling with that, and it became too much. But don't worry, at the end of the tunnel, we are going to have good news. It was just too bad. Can I show you the men in blue, or they are going to stop me? Here are the policemen. Here they are. Woo! I don't know whether they can ask me if I do the video as I drive, but anyway, I have a stand, and the car is shaking. So guys, what was your midlife crisis? I really suffered of acne. And at one single time, I remember as I continued suffering with acne, especially on my face and my neck. I lost my job. Wherever I was working and wherever I was hustling, I lost my job. So this is a double tragedy. This is a lady who was at the prime of her age, a very reproductive age, at around 25, 24, 23, suffering with acne. Self-esteem is very down, and no confidence, because remember, you guys, when you have no remedy on what you're supposed to do with that acne, and it was full-blown. My face, like you can see, the tone is very light, and the tone is also very oily. I mean, my skin is very oily, and the light tone of my face. And so these pimples will pop up, and like I've said before, and they have that yellow thing, they have that white thing, and I'll pop them out with my fingers, and what remains until they bleed. And what would remain is black spots and scars as they heal. And so you'd see black patches, you'd see white patches on my face, and it was ugly. It was ugly, such that as you walked on the road, you could see people looking at you. And guys, if you see somebody having a funny, not a funny, or something that you feel it's weird on the face, don't look at them. Because being looked at is what was making me not be able to walk publicly. My confidence was down. I'm looking forward to settle. I'm looking forward to date. And it was bad. It was quite bad. And I think I suffered the acne. I suffered the... it was traumatizing, guys. It was traumatizing. I really suffered. I went down. And it's very unfortunate because nobody knew that I was suffering. I would go to the salon to make my hair, and they would see my rough face, and I would be put into facial therapy. That is the cleansing, the scrubbing. I didn't know it was making it worse, because later I would come to realize that because I went for medication later, I came to realize that it was coming from internal. It was in the blood. That is what the last doctor I had told me. And so I would go and do facial, I would go and cleanse, I would go and I'm advised by people who are not dermatologists to do so much things. I would go through the what was that? The what do I call it? The pampering of the face, the massage on the face using a machine after I do cleansing and scrubbing. And then they would use a machine that is in the salon. They would use a machine to pop out those white things. I would still remain with the black spots. Remember, I'm at the midlife crisis. I want to settle. My self-esteem is so down. My confidence has gone down. And guys, it was bad. So what happened later is that in the course of struggling with my acne, I met my husband, the one I am with now. Not that I had another one. What was that? Yes, I met him when I was in that crisis of acne. And let me tell you guys, the beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. And he liked me the way I was. And we started things. And one thing followed the other. And the history is what we are now, because it changed everything. It changed everything. But I was supposed to end as I was struggling. The pimples were just so much. The face was so rough. And so he advised me to visit a doctor, a dermatologist. Yes, he advised me to visit a dermatologist. I'll be back. Let me see this. Thank you so much, guys. Let me show you this. So yes, I visited a doctor just before I started preparing for my wedding. And I visited Dr. Kamuri. I'm sure you know the dermatologist. By then, I visited him just before I went in, and when I was preparing for my wedding. I visited Dr. Kamuri because I wanted at least to look better. I wanted to have more confidence on my wedding. I had really lost weight because of what was going on. And I got my husband, who really encouraged me and told me it's not about your physical look, it's all about your internal look. So guys, if you're really looking for that lady and you find out that that lady has a rough skin, it's all about what is inside you. It's all about the beauty is inside, not outside. Look at the beauty inside, because you may look at the beauty. Now I'm talking as a counselor's insight. You may look at the beauty outside, and then inside there's nothing. It's just a shell. So you need what is inside, because what is inside is better than what is outside. So don't always look at the physical look, that beauty, and look at the beauty which is inside. And that is what my husband did, because I mean, I think I was a good girl. I think I was a good girl, and I think I'm still a good girl. And I thank God for that. And he loved me for who I was, not for what I was, and or what I had, or how I looked. And so, to cut the story short, I visited Dr. Kamuri, and Dr. Kamuri did what he did. And at least I was presentable, because I was given some medication, I was given some things to apply. And so the pimples went down just for some time. Oh my God, I'm even hiding my head. Just for some time, and at least I was able to present myself better in my wedding. And so yes, that is what I did. And then I waited, and the pimples did not go out. I mean, they didn't finish. My face was still rough. And after I got my first two children, I decided to visit the dermatologist and seek for a second opinion. And this time round, I visited a doctor by name, was it Dr. Kosgei or Dr. Who? And I visited at Dr. Kamuri. I met him at the Upper Hill Center. For those who would want to see him, I don't know whether he's still there, because I'm talking about several years ago. And so I decided to have a second opinion after I gave birth to my two children, because the pimples were not over. The face was still very rough, my face and the neck. There's nowhere else the pimples were, and it became worse. So I decided to seek for second opinion, and that is when I visited this other doctor, who was a lady, several years back also. And so I met this doctor who somebody referred to. Sorry, I'm cutting my head. And at Nelson Award building, that is opposite Upper Hill Center, for those who are in Kenya. And this is the doctor who realized that my problem of acne was hormonal imbalance from inside, and it was the blood which had a problem. And so I had to go through so many tests. By the way, I didn't know that acne is that serious. And before you are put to a strong medication, you have to go through so many tests of your body, through so many tests of your body organs, the internal organs, the heart, and all that. So she said, because it was a lady, that she had to put me on a very strong medication, and which had so many effects. Strong medication that I don't know whether it was Renoling or it was what, because it started with R. If you really want to know that medication that I was put in, and you cannot self-medicate yourself, please let me know. Subscribe, comment, and let me come back. So yes, I was put through very strong medication, a very strong medicine, which had so many side effects. If you really want to have that medication or that medicine to be put on that medication or that medicine, please don't self-medicate yourself. And I will just comment, ask me the doctor that I was with, or the doctor who, the dermatologist who took me through the medication. And please comment and let me know whether you really want to face that doctor, because I think she's still there. I normally see her. And she brought the end of acne in my life. She changed everything. The medication is very strong, because I remember I had to be put through so many tests in the lab to ensure that I'm okay, or I'm fit to go through that strong medication. I'm yet to remember the name, because I'm talking about several years ago. And this doctor, anytime I took the medication for 6 months, the side effects were so strong. Number one, I was not supposed to be pregnant. I was not supposed to be breastfeeding. I was not supposed to conceive in the next 1 year. Yes, those were the rules and the regulations and the conditions. No conceiving in the next 1 year. And the other one is that the doctor said I may not conceive again. So it was that strong. But I'll tell you this, it is not that strong when God wants you to heal. So I went through this medicine. I went through this medication for 6 months. It's expensive. Thank God it is not a cosmetic medication. So my insurance would buy the medication for me. It was so, it reacted, but I never lost hope, because I knew what I was going through. My lips would go dry. She would recommend very strong lip balms that would make my thank God today we have masks, because sometimes people would ask me, what is wrong with your lips? And I would remember telling people, it was that serious, guys. I would remember telling people they are cracking because I have some flu, and that is those are the effects of the flu. And sometimes my face would be so dry. Remember, my face is I have an oily skin. The tone is very oily, the tone is very light. I would be so dry such that you would see me trying to remove the, so I would take the medicine, and instead, and she also recommended the moisturizer that I apply up to date, that I was supposed to be applying whenever the face is very dry. And guys, after 6 months, it disappeared. So the reaction is there at the beginning of the medication, probably the first 2 months, and then the face goes on clearing and clearing and becoming beautiful. And trust me, I took the longest time possible before I did makeup. I feared that I'll go back. So after 6 months, I continued seeing the doctor on and off, just to see, because after every month of the medication, I would go through the same tests of the heart, the internal organs, just to see whether it is affecting me, and it all went well. So after 6 months, I stopped the medication. I visited the doctor several times, the dermatologist several times, and she gave me the right to go on, and I can have mild makeup. So when you hear me saying my face is very sensitive, the skin tone is very sensitive, that is what I mean. Because you know what? Once bitten, twice shy. And you can see, I rarely get those pimples. Rarely. Rubber strips. There we are. Remember, I'm still on the road. The traffic is just so bad that I'm going to finish the video on the road. And so, rubber strips, bump. There we go. Ooh, yes. So guys, if you're really suffering from that, don't allow people to tell you what you're going to apply. Sometimes it is going to be full blow, like me. I applied so many things, and little did I know that my problem was coming from inside. And that is why the doctor had to use that strong medication to clear the problem. Let me come back. So yes, I went through that treatment. It was a long one. The reactions were so bad, but they were worth waiting. I spent so much because, and I thank God, because the insurance would buy for me the medication, which was not cosmetic. Please comment. Let me know if you'd want to be referred to that doctor. Let me know whether you would want really to know the medication that I went through. So that one you cannot self-medicate. You've got to go through thorough tests and screening to see whether you fit. I'll tell you this, guys. I really suffered. It took so long for my self-esteem to come back, but it cleared. And since then, for sure, I agreed with the doctor or the dermatologist that my problem came from inside, because I rarely get pimples. But also, I'm very careful with whatever I apply on my face. I take a lot of water. I eat so many fruits. And so I can say that I am totally healed of pimples and acne. The only issue is when I mess around with my face, this is where I get black spots. This is where I get pimples. And also, I'm very much allergic to the sun, because I can get sunburns even when there's no sun. So I also use very strong sunscreen for my face. And once bitten, twice, I don't like joking around with it, because I know where it took me. It took the longest time for my self-esteem to come back. So you guys, I hope I've inspired you. I hope I've informed you, educated you. Please don't self-medicate yourself. Look for help. Look for the dermatologist, and let you be helped. Subscribe to my channel. My name is Anna Mugeshe, and thank you so much. If you want me to help you out, I will do it. Thank you. Bye. Subscribe to my channel. See you. Thank you.